Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to import the CSV files from multiple locations to the SQL Server table in SSIS. This is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies, especially in SSIS and SQL Server. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to import files from different drives to a SQL Server table in SSIS. Actually recently I got a question from one of my subscriber, Satyamurthy. Hi Akhil, I have multiple Excel files from different drives E, D and F. So each drive getting new Excel files every day. How can load that all data into SQL table? So can you please upload videos, this kind of scenario. So just to make the process a little bit easier, I am loading the CSV files instead of the Excel files. However, the Excel files can be loaded the same way. So let's jump to the demo. I have created a very basic SSIS package which currently loads data from my D files drive from this directory to the SQL Server table. So it just loop through all CSV files in the D files directory. So in the D files directory right now I have just 2 CSV files. So when I will execute this SSIS package, it will load the 2 files into the SQL Server sample data table. So right now I have this sample data SQL Server table and it currently doesn't contain any data. So when I will execute this SSIS package, so it will load 2 files. Each file contains 1000 records, so it will import around 2000 records into the table. I just executed the package, and if you check the count now, so there are 2000 records in the table. So let me just truncate this table. Now the scenario is that I have 2 files in the D files drive, and then I got 2 files in the C data to load location, and the files name are sample data C drive, sample data C drive 2. Each file contains 1000 records, and in the E drive I got a folder files to load, and this particular folder also contains 2 files, sample data E drive and sample data E drive 2. So we want to load the data from 3 different drives. Right now, because the data is scattered through 3 different drives, C drive, D drive, E drive, so what should we do? We should bring all the data together in a particular directory so that our for each loop container can just loop through that particular directory and can just import the data from that directory only. So we should move data from C drive and E drive to D drive, or maybe from D drive or E drive to C drive. So we can just choose any location. In this case I'm just going to choose this D drive D files location. So I will move the data from C drive and E drive into the D drive. So once all files will be situated in the D files folder, then our existing code can load the data from D files folder to the SQL Server table. To achieve this thing, we have 2 options. The first option is we can use C# code in the script task, and then we can use C# classes to move the data from different drives to a particular destination drive. Second option is we can use for each loop container along with the file system task to move the files from one location to another location. So in this particular case, I'm just going to use the for each loop container along with the file system task. So let's copy the path of the source directories. Our source directory path is C data to load. So I can just copy this one, and then that's another path is E drive files to load. Okay, I can copy this one as well. Alright, and now let's select this path, do a union all. We will be using the for each loop ADO enumerator to loop through these directories. Okay, when this particular code will run, it will return 2 records. First, the for each loop container will loop through all CSV files in this path, and then it will move those files using the file system task to the D drive. Similarly, it will loop through all CSV files in the E files to load directory, and then it will move the files using the file system task to the D drive. So just copy this SQL query. In our SSIS package, let's just drag and drop the execute SQL task, get source folder path. Okay, and then just edit it, make a connection to this SSIS directory, paste your code here, click OK. Now we need to create a object variable, and whose name we can give maybe obj directory path. Okay, and the data type will be object. So this particular SSIS variable will hold the values for these two paths. So you can put n number of locations here. Now in the result set, we can set the result set to full result set, and in the result set click on add, put the 0 for the result set name, and under variable name select that object variable. Click OK. Now let's drag and drop the for each loop container. We will change it to ADO enumerator because it will loop through all the directories. So let's change it to ADO enumerator. Alright, now just right click on it, configure it, change in the collection type, change it to ADO enumerator, and in the ADO object source select that object directory path, click OK. Now let's create an SSIS variable, and which we can call it like maybe source directory path. This particular variable will hold the value when we will iterate through this for each loop container. So in first run, the value of the source directory path will be C files to load, and similarly in second run it will be like D files to load or something, whatever value is given. Let's choose the data type to string. Alright, now let's go back to that for each loop container and configure it again. So in the collection we already used this one, and now in the variable mappings we need to select that newly created source directory path. Okay, so for each iteration the value of the source directory path will change. So click OK. So now we have configured this one. Now we need to use another for each loop container here, because as soon as it will select one value, like for example in first iteration the value of the source directory path will be C data to load. So as soon as we got this particular path, then we need to iterate through all files, using some method. So we will use for each loop container and then move those files to the D drive. So we will use another for each loop container here, and for this particular for each loop container the type will be file enumerator, because we are going to loop through a particular folder. It will be file enumerator, and the folder path will be our source folder path. So in the expressions, just click on these three dots, in the properties select directory, and then choose that directory, source directory path. Okay, so click OK. OK. Now in the variable mapping we can select the file path SSIS variable. So the value of the source file will be assigned to this file path SSIS variable. So click OK. So we have configured our both for each loop containers. Now let's use the file system task to actually move the files. So now let's drag and drop the file system task into the for each loop container, and then connect this outer for each loop container with the older one. That's fine. So just to configure it, right click on it, click edit. So in the operation right now it's copy file, so we can change it to move file, and in the source connection is file path variable we can set it to true, because we just set the file path SSIS variable for the source file paths. Yeah, this is the variable file path. Now for the destination connection we need to create a dest file path SSIS variable, and we need to assign the value to the dest file path D files directory location and the name of the source file against which we are just looping through right now. For example, we are looping through these files C data to load. So what we need to do, we need to get the file name from here, sample data underscore C drive.csv from here, and then we need to get the dest file path which is the D drive. So we need to just merge those two values together, and that will be used as the dest file path. So let's create a SSIS variable for dest file path. Just go here, create a new variable, we can call it like dest file path, and then in the data type we can change it to string, and here we need to write some code in the expression. So what we need to do is that we need to use the directory path which is actually the dest directory path which belongs to D files, and then put double backward slash, so D files, and now we need to give the value of the source file which is existing in the C data to folder, so which will be like sample data C drive.csv. So I have some code here already pre-written, and I will share this code as well. So I can put like plus here, evaluate expression. So this is how the code will be evaluated. So what we are actually doing here, that in the file, from the file path, we are just extracting the file name, and then we are appending the file name with the dash directory path. So this is how the final path will look like for the file. So click OK. So I will share, like for example, this path and all files, whatever files are used in this particular case, I will share all the files, and through this location, import files from multiple locations to SQL Server. So I have already uploaded all the 6 files, CSV files here, and the create table script, and that particular thing, if you preview it, so you can see it here, this dash directory plus this thing. Okay, so I will share this location. So I think we have already written everything here, and now in the file system task, we just need to change is destination file path variable to true, and then destination variable, we just need to give that newly created variable, which is dest file path, and override destination, we can set it to true. Click OK. So now what this code will do, it will just loop through both the drives, like C drive, whatever location is there, C data to load, it will loop through this particular drive and just move the file from this location to the D files location. This location, right now there are just 2 files, and similarly it will move the files from E files location to this location. Okay, so just execute the SSIS package. So you can see that the package got executed successfully, and in our E drive the files are not there, so it seems like they got moved. And if you see in the D drive, so we have all these 6 files here. Okay, and the files from the C drive, they also got moved to the in the D drive location. So we got all files here, and then all files got loaded from D files drive to the SQL Server table. So right now if you check the count of this table, so there should be 6,000 records. So you can see that there are 6,000 records here. So it means that data got loaded from all 6 files to this particular location. So that's how you can use the for each loop container along with the file system task to move the files from different drives to a particular centralized location, and from there you can use a normal for each loop container just to load the data into a SQL Server table. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button, do subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon as well, and click on all, so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.